Good morning all. Welcome to Objective Reality. Welcome to Objective Reality. Topic of today is industrial sociology. Fake ass sociology lecturers, tutors, heads of department, universities, right? Fake ass sociology lecturers, tutors, selfish ass sociology tutors, lecturers, heads of departments, universities, fake ass every fucking body, right? Fake ass every fucking body, selfish ass every fucking body. Welcome to the channel where we expose fake ass everybody, right? Welcome to the channel of Universal Secrets, where me in collaboration with the underlying creative intelligence of the universe, expose fake ass sociology secondary school teachers, fake ass family members who are sociology teachers but can't stand up for their own family, who going through actual real world sociology injustice. Fake ass motherfucking everybody, right? We live in a very fake world with fake people, and that is why we need to decode our false fucking reality. Decode your reality, right? Decode your false reality. Welcome to Objective Reality, where we teach you to reject this notion of subjective reality. My truth, your truth, their truth, his truth, her truth, the dog truth, the cat truth, the elephant truth. And we acknowledge that truth is actually truth. Truth is actually truth, right? Welcome to the place where we are compelled to stand on our own, because everybody around us are actually fake, right? Fake ass sociology teachers, fake ass sociology lecturers, fake ass everybody. You know what? We are still on the topic of police psychopathy. Police psychopathy, right? See, it have a reason to have the word cop inside there. Psychopathy. Psychopathy, because you are inherently psychopaths, right? By choice though, right? Once you make a choice to be an officer, you become inherently psychopathic, right? So this video is actually an addendum, also known as an addition, to another video I was really supposed to post today, right? But I just had the universe put this thought about fake ass sociology lecturers in my head as I was working today, right? You all spend decades of your lives teaching theoretical concepts. Dedicate your entire life to these fake institutions, right? Dedicate your entire lives, and you will realize that the only person who have your back in the end is God, right? Just like how I realized that. And bear in mind, I'm not talking about the false gods, false idols. For example, I'll tell you what, right? There have been several people who came into my life and been thinking they are royals, they are gods, right? Several people. Trust me, I've passed through people who thought there was the Christ. I've passed through people who thought they were royalty. I've passed through people who thought they had this close connection to Lord Shiva, and they are probably Lord Shiva. Trust me, I've come across them all, right? But I realize that my connection to the creative underlying intelligence of the universe is quite freaking unmatched, right? It is unmatched, right? And I'll say something. My connection to God, the true creator of the universe, right? And I'm saying this, I'm not referring to, when I say God have my back, I am not referring to the false idols, such as the idols who came into my life and wanted me to read and professing that the Bible is the only truth. right? And the Bible cover to cover is the only truth, and you refuse whatsoever to engage philosophy of any other culture or religion, right? You refuse philosophy on the whole, reject all philosophy, right? Because apparently you greater than all philosophy that ever existed, right? Well, okay, fair enough, right? If you want to live that way, fair enough, right? Who rejected vegetarianism, all that, right? Fair enough, right? But you wanted me to flicking grow my hair because God said to grow my hair. If I want to grow my hair, I will flick and grow my hair, right? If I want to grow my hair, I will grow my hair. If I want to cut my hair, I will cut my hair, right? I love long hair. It is extremely beautiful, right? So anyhow, when I say I'm extremely connected to God, I don't mean these false idols, right? When I say I am extremely connected to God, I don't mean the people who passed through my life thought they were royal, but instead sending police by my house. I don't mean these false idols either, right? When I say I am extremely connected to God, I mean that I am extra, and God has my back. I mean the creative, energetic, underlying creative intelligence, the support of the universe itself, which has had my back whilst I was standing up alone, with not a single soul standing with me, fighting all of the most insidious organizations on the face of this earth, fighting against all the most insidious organizations on the face of this earth, who actually at the snap of a finger they could have me assassinated. Soul going up against all these organizations by myself, right? So I want nothing to do with these false idols who came into my life and being like, oh, this and that, pretending use God, pretending use this, pretending you come to save me. No, son. You know who saved me? I saved myself, and you know how I did that? Through my alignment with and through my teaching of spiritual law, right? Through my alignment with and through my teaching of spiritual law. You all did not save me, right? In fact, you all would have saved me a lot of distress if you all didn't engage in the wrong actions that you all engaged in and included me in, right? You all would have saved me a lot of this distress if you all did not engage in the wrong actions that you engaged in, right? Let's just set that record straight up, right? So this video is an attachment to another video that I will attach. And in addition to talking about police psychopathy, I want to raise on another, well, let me just finish this topic on fake ass sociology lecturers as we on this industrial sociology topic, right? You all teaching sociology for much of a decades, right? This is what we call personal self-fucking interest, right? You all teaching sociology for decades, right? Theory, this reading, that reading, referencing that Chicago style APA, MLA, referencing style, this, that, motherfucking this, that, right? Who cares? Who cares when your actual A+ student, when your first class BSc psychology, sociology, A-class student, master's degree in sociology, right? Master's degree in sociology with fucking distinction, given your name. Who do you think give your institutions the credibility, the so-called credibility that it has, right? Who do you think raise the standards of the institutions that you teach for, right? Who do you think do that? Is it not us, the students? Is it not we, the students, who actually study and bust our brain, right? Is it not us who actually give you all the credibility? Well, that's said credibility because you all fail to stand with your A+ students in this moment in time, in this moment in history. Said credibility that you all receive, said credibility will be taken away from you, right? Said credibility, that so-called credibility that the university or the so-and-so, right? The status, the prestige, oh, my certificate, this, that, right? Standing up on a fucking stage and posing for that. That's why I never take no fucking graduation pictures in the first place, because you all are frauds, right? Teaching theory to no motherfucking end. Teaching theory, but when your actual A+ distinction, first class, BSc honors student actually going through actual real world justice. Everybody scatter, right? Nobody has shit to say, nobody has squat to say. Well, good, right? Because I will sit here and live a long life and watch everything crumble, right? I will sit and watch everything go to shit, right? Because you know what? You all deserve it. You all deserve it. You all deserve it, right? Because it sent people, and it reminds me of this incident with the guy. Remember, there was a Afro guy who was in one of my classes back in the day whilst I was doing my master's, right? This had made a little get a little media attention and thing, but it still wasn't enough. You all still didn't do enough. I was a sociology student who police had actually whoever the issue was, but the guy was assaulted by the police. The guy was being assaulted by the police, which is the underlying problem. That is the underlying problem, jackasses. The police assaults, the police injustice, right? That had made newspaper and was on news and thing. I don't want to be on your fucking mainstream news, right? I am actually here for actual spiritual, natural justice, natural law, right? But in that instance, I realized how much of a jackass that whole institution is, because there was so much more that could have been done for him to receive the justice that he deserved, and he didn't, right? And now, I saw a video yesterday with one of these, and this is something I'm going to discuss even further, right? These 144 chosen souls dealing with the religious assholes now, right? Dealing with the spiritual / religious assholes, right? These 144,000 chosen souls, right? And I'll tell you all why at the end of my video series I will be exiting this whole concept, right? And breaking and mashing up this whole concept of the fact that you are not more special than anybody else, right? Or I am not special than anybody else. I am neither below or above anybody else by virtue of being born freaking chosen, right? By virtue of anybody being born chosen. Nobody is greater or less than anybody else. And I will be breaking down to pieces this whole concept of chosen souls and showing you all why it is also a fraudulent concept, a fake concept, an imaginary concept, an imagined concept, a delusional concept, right? I will be personally proving this, right? I will be proving this, right? With the help of the universe itself, right? I was watching a video yesterday and she was saying, one of these chosen videos again, she was saying, oh, this person, she was saying that I was acting out of character. I was acting out of character, right? Let me ask you something. About 8 ganged, armed police officers slide open my gate or jump over my gate or whatever. I don't know if they even give anything to my dogs, because my dogs were unusually quiet, right? They probably tease my dogs to fall, you know, right? Back me in a corner, one sole person, right? I ain't using the gender card or anything, but one young female backed in a corner, right? Backed in a corner by about 8 ganged officers, right? With a bitch jackass one too, who was a female, and she allowed this to happen because she's part of the process, right? She's part of the process, right? Bitches and bastards are what you all are, right? Anyhow, yeah. About 8 of you all, armed, gang, big buff men, right? Gang me, back me up in a fucking corner, right? And these chosen fools being like, oh, when I talking out against it, I acting out of character. Are you really a chosen person of God? Are you really a chosen person of God, right? Tell me, how am I supposed to act or react? You tell me, speak, right? Tell me, how am I supposed to act or react in these instances, right? I guess I'm supposed to put on a gungaroos, right? If you all don't know what a gungaroo is called a willow also. Is one of those dancing bells. You know, in Indian dancers, they wear these dancing bells on their feet. Right? I used to do Indian dancing long time. Right? Long ago I used to do Indian dancing, right? A remnant from when I was here in a previous age. Right? So I used to do Indian dancing long time. I guess I was supposed to put on my gungaroos and a sari and fucking dance for the person who I was with, who probably sent police officers to my house, right? Who I probably was with in a previous age on earth, right? I probably supposed to put on gungaroos and dance for that person in a response to you sending police officers by my house, right? I guess that is what I was supposed to do. This is how the chosen motherfuckers think, right? And that is why I don't want no part, son, right? I, Vijaya Ramkisoon, want no part to play in this chosen soul nonsense, right? I good. Like I say, there are people out here who profess to be child of God this, child of God that. Right, I never professed that in my life, not once, not ever. Right, I've never professed that title to my name. Right, I am a child of God this, I am a child of God that. All of us are children of God, dumbasses. Right, even the people who you think not worthy are not deserving of it. And to the person who was like, oh, I was acting out of my character in my video yesterday. Right, you tell me, how am I supposed to act? Right, I guess I was supposed to forgive and forget, right? 8 of you jackasses raided my home, backed me in a fucking corner when I home alone, right? And I was supposed to forgive and back and forget. And you know what? I will talk about it until the end of fucking time, right? I will talk about it until the end of time, until I receive and I see in front of my face the physical, actual justice, right, for these people. I will speak about it until I see in front of my face the actual physical justice that I deserve for this, right? I will speak about it to no end, and not because I'm making myself a victim, but it's actually quite the opposite, right? Because victims don't, if you're a victim, you sit down in a corner and cry and feel sorry for yourself. Victims don't come here and actually speak out against the most so-called dangerous institutions on the face of the planet. That is not what victims do. That is what victors actually do. That's what victors actually do. For all the motherfuckers who thinking that, oh, I am acting out of character. No, son, it's just a part of me that you have never seen before, right? And there's a lot more to come, right? There's a lot more to come, right? It's just a part of me that you have never seen before. You might have seen a little 1 or 2 aspects of it. But trust me, if you could be a fucking psychopath, it have a lot more where that psychopathy could come from, right? Yes. Fake ass sociology lecturers. Fake ass sociology lecturers. Grade A motherfucking this, grade A that, grade B, grade C. Right? Oh, and to the police too. The police who thought that they could run through the protest. It was a protest I was a part of, right? When people who actually people were standing up. I don't believe in protest and thing anymore, but at that time I just went for the experience, like I do a lot of things in life for the experience, right? I went to that protest when people was protesting against the government tyranny, right? Regarding all this COVID nonsense, right? I participated in a protest, right? Saw myself on the front page of a newspaper and I just wanted to rip the whole thing up, right? But anyhow, I participated in that protest by virtue of simply being there to observe. And this is for the police officers who think that you are escaping the wrath of the universe for the flicking tear gas that you all diffused, right? The whole population who was there with, right? Who you all thought that you could have just scattered the crowd by using tear fucking gas, right? Tear gas. I am waiting for the day for somebody to tear gas all your whole institution, right? Tear gas the whole institution, right? Because frankly, you all think that just because you have a little bit of human authority that you could do whatever, like you are a god on earth, son, you are not a god on earth. You are not a god on earth, right? Just because a man give you a little bit of authority, right? Just because a man gave you a little bit of authority, son, it does not make you a god on earth, right? People will be watching my videos and saying, oh, I am being disobedient to authority. I am pretending that I am playing that I am God. I am saying what the fuck I want. You know what? That is actually being a child of the universe itself, right? Seeking justice for the injustice perpetuated by human authority, which is not real authority. There's a difference between human authority and natural authority. There's a difference between human authority and godly authority, true godly authority, right? Which is hinged upon taking moral action and aligning oneself with the spiritual laws of the universe, which actually grants one internal power to deal effectively with the people who rely on external power, right? Who rely and abuse their external power, right? That is the difference between my authority and your authority, right? That is the difference, right? So I was granted this ability to speak and speak whatever the hell I want to speak. I was granted this as a gift from the universe by virtue of my willingness, to do the right thing, right? I was granted this ability and gift from the Creator himself, right? By virtue of my decision to do the right thing. And that is why I keep telling you, right? You don't concern yourself with these, selfishly concern yourself about these material things of the world, right? Just do the right thing and you will be given the gift by the universe itself. You all are yet to understand, some of you all are yet to understand how the workings of the universe actually is, like how far we could actually go, right? That at some point I probably don't even need to be doing these videos here, because I could just speak without using a phone and somebody else in a far off place in a different country across the seas could actually hear me, right? That is how powerful it is. That is how powerful it is. Telepathic communication. People don't believe in these things, right? But people don't understand how the universe actually works. Once we have pure intentions in our hearts, right? Once we have pure intentions in our hearts, right? The heart of God, right? Once our heart reflects the heart of God, you have no idea how the universe can actually work in your favor, and other people will be thinking, oh, this one lucky, this one lucky, this one this, this one that. Were you there when the police raided my home? Were you there when I built my channel from fucking scratch, right? No, you wouldn't. But people will be thinking, oh, she's spoiled. She could say what the hell she want to say. She this, she that. No, dumb clown. That is not how it works, right? That is not how it works, right? Anyhow, fake ass sociology lecturers. Moving on to the next video. Good morning all. Welcome to co-creating your reality, also known as teaching the spiritual laws of the universe practically, right? Teaching sociology practically. Welcome to creating the reality that you want, regardless of how long it takes to fucking create it. At least you know that you create it, right? At least you know that you have created it. And that is why we are all here, to express, to create, to build better. Right, so welcome to Co-Creating Your Reality, where we discuss real issues in real time, where this is not a fucking show, And I am not on a fucking stage. This is real life. Because I noticed another one of these prophetic. This is actually one who I like, right? Who I liked from ever since last year, right? One of the other prophetic preachers in my YouTube videos who came up on my YouTube that you all subscribe me to. She's like, I haven't watched your video yet, but she's like, Shine, you're the main star. Shine, you're the main star. Well, no, I am not. I'm here to say, I am not a star, and this is not a movie, right? This is real freaking life with real freaking injustice. I am not a star. This is not a movie, and ironically enough, one of the persons who I suspect, I'm not accusing, one of the persons locally in Trinidad who I suspect had something to do with that police raid. He blocked me now, right? But that person said those exact words to me a little before blocking me, right? He was like, Shine, you're the star, right? I'm not a fucking star. This is not a movie. This is real life with real issues of injustice, and you all have to be mad in your little shrimp brain to be thinking that I am a star or that I'm trying to be a star, right? All I am doing is speaking out about the things that you all engage in and you all are afraid to speak out about, right? That is what I'm doing. Yep. There's no star here, right? I'm a simple human who was living a simple, humble life until you all decide to perpetuate acts of injustice against me, right? And I was forced to speak about it, right? I would much rather not be doing this. I would much rather not be doing this, but I have a spiritual duty to do it for my own sake and for the sake of you 144,000 so-called chosen souls of God, right? Must be nice having an unchosen soul coming to teach the 144 fucking thousand chosen souls what they should be doing, instead of coming online and saying, this morning I saw a next video, prophetic, all these prophetic intercessors, right? There's no need for any intercessors, right? You can approach God directly. Take my word for it. You can approach God directly, right? There's no need for any intercessors in this place, right? But one of them this morning, they was like telling me that I need to do things differently this time, right? I need to do things differently this time, and oh, ASAP, this is urgent, right? Or this could cost you your life, right? You need to do things differently this time, urgent, ASAP. You know what? You know what we need? We don't need for me to do things differently, right? We don't need for me to do anything differently. You know what we need? We need you to just simply do it, right? We don't need for me to do things differently. What we need, because I am already doing it, right? Doesn't matter how I do it, doesn't matter where I do it, doesn't matter what you think how you think I should be doing it. It does not matter how you think I should be teaching natural law. It does not matter how you think that I should be teaching natural law. I am already teaching it, right? I am already teaching it. What we need in this spiritual so-called movement, what we all need in the spiritual community, is for more people like yourself who criticize, condemn the way that people do things, to actually rise up and simply do it. We don't care how you do it. We don't care what method you used to do it. All I've been doing for the past year is holding up my phone to my face, letting the world see my ugly face, and teaching the word of God, right? And it is as simple as that, right? For all you so-called chosen ones who sitting on your flicking chosenness for the past donkey amount of years and expecting other people to do the work for you, right? It simply does not work like that. And just imagine it take a whole non-chosen, non-royal being like myself to have to come to tell 144,000, I said 143,999 before, right? Because I was planning to introduce a chosen, right? I was planning to introduce a chosen into the community who become chosen by virtue of free will. But I will not be doing that anymore. Frankly, I don't really care for that person to join this team, right? The rate you all going. We will remain separately and do our own thing, right? We're not really interested in joining this team. So it's sad that both of us, unchosen, right? Unchosen beings of God, right? Who by virtue of right action, God has somehow called, right? Have to come and teach the 144,000 chosen souls who have been sitting on their chosenness, biblical chosenness, right? It's like these Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Who come knock, 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 knock. Who's their Jehovah's Witness, right? Well, good morning and goodbye. I will not be engaging you ever again in my life until you find it in your minuscule brain to allow me to engage you. For example, you want to engage me with your Watchtower business, your Watchtower magazines. Allow me to engage you with the Bhagavad Gita, right? To tell you what you should actually be doing, right? If you want to engage me with the Bible and your Watchtower magazines, allow me to engage you with my Bhagavad Gita, which God has given me since I was born, right? Otherwise, I don't want to hear you. Because you know what? The world has had enough. The world has had enough of so-called fake-ass Christian bullies coming to bully the entire world and treat other people's way of life and culture as though we are absolute bullshit. We are devil worshippers, right? The occult is devil fucking worship, right? That is what you all teach. And frankly, it is bullshit, right? And it is not true. And yoga is demonic practice. And when you do yoga, you're allowing different spirits to enter into your body. And when you practice yoga, when yoga is the thing that actually has been saving my life for the past year, when you all have been trying to annihilate and attack me spiritually, right? Yoga is what saved my life, right? So I want nothing to hear. I want absolutely nothing to hear what these fake, fraudulent religious bullies, right? Preaching the so-called word of God that know absolutely nothing of God apart from your cover to cover Bible, right? When certain people don't even have to read any flicking religious books, they just need flicking common sense to understand which is true, right? You just need a little bit of common sense in your minuscule brain to understand that which is right and that which is true, right? Anyhow, folks, let's quickly and swiftly move along because I don't plan to stay in this space for long. I have a happy life to live, frankly, and I don't intend on spending 17 years of my life. Or maybe I might, right? But how I'm feeling at the moment, I don't plan on spending 17 years of my life doing this. And I don't think I have the patience either to spend a whole, how much ever weeks teaching people how to have common sense, right? I don't think I have patience enough to spend 15 to 17 years of my life and into the future teaching people how to have common sense, right? Although I might have to do it, right? Although I might have to do it because you're just dumb, son, right? So today's conversation is about psychopaths, right? And teaching the 144,000 chosen souls. Teaching the 144 chosen souls. See, I could be exploring all over the place right now, but I choose to come in the same spot and sit down here every fucking day to say the same bullshit, right? This video is to teach the 144,000 chosen souls how to bring out the psychopath in you when necessary, right? Having the psychopath. How do I bring out the psychopath in me when I need to effectively deal with the psychopaths who abuse their human authority? How can me and you, looking at this video right now, bring out the psychopath in us to effectively deal with the psychopaths who abuse their human authority? That's the conversation we're having today, right? Because in order to deal with the psychopaths who run the world, right, there's an element in us called psychopathy, right? There's an aspect to us that we usually keep on the down low. We don't normally as average human beings. You know, we have certain thoughts and things, right? But we don't go about expressing psychopathic tendencies generally or out in the open and thing, right? But this video is teaching you that it is necessary. For example, in moments of extreme injustice, such as a police raid at your home, you need to defend yourself and seek your own justice, because the police is not going to do it for you, because the police is the ones who raided your home, jackass, right? Or report it to the police, or report it to the police complaints authority. The police and the police complaints authority is freaking friends. The police and the police complaints authority are friends, are in bed together, right? There's no reporting of nothing to no police complaints authority, right? There is no reporting of anything. You'll realize when you report something to the police complaints authority, just imagine, I would have reported this incident to the police complaints authority. He told me he would get back to me firstly in a couple months. It take way more than that to get back to me. And when he got back to me, he was like, oh, we don't have any information. The police and the police complaints authority are friends. Okay, good. In this world out here, it is a dog-eat-dog world, and you are required to seek your justice for yourself, because no justice system, there's no justice on time for anything, regardless of how much justice on time is written on those state vehicles. Justice on time, nothing. The only justice on time is spiritual law, right? And justice will be served. Justice is always being served, right? So this video is talking about how necessary it is for you to bring out the psychopathic side of you, to deal with the psychopaths like police officers who abuse their authority, right? When they have no right in nature, they have no right under God, right? They have no right under divine law to carry out these acts of slavery, right? So many of you all probably thinking like my last video, I was real behaving like a psycho. Well, yes, I was, right? Could ask my father about that too, right? In my last video, I was behaving like a psycho. Because That is who we need to be to really get into the minds of these shrimp-sized brain called police officers, to get them to really confront the nature of the work that they do, right? That is what we need to do, to get into the minds not only of police officers, but of the chosen ones who refuse to come online and speak the truth, but instead choose to prophesy, choose to tell other people what they should be doing, right? What a sad and pathetic state at this point in history. What a sad and pathetic state to be in when a non-chosen child of God have to come and advise the chosen children of God what they should be doing, right? Because frankly, I do not identify in an age where we could identify with anything. I do not identify with being called chosen, right? I just want to live a simple, go back to living my simple, humble life like I was accustomed doing, right? Which I will be returning to safe and soundly, because I had a spiritual message downloaded into my brain about there being a plane crash. Right? Now, this could have been when I was traveling to England. This could have been when I am about to travel back to Trinidad, but I am saying loud and clear, I will be returning to my home country, safe, sound, and in one piece, to enjoy the rest of my life as a happy, simple human being like I was doing before, right? So, I was required to visit England to fulfill my true purpose, right? Which is not going to any university or not studying in this flicking colonial country anyhow, right? Yes, you British fuckers fucked up our country, right? And destroyed the original people who live there, right? And no, I am not coming here to study or to work for any government systems, right? If I come back, I'll find some other job, but I'll not be working for any government system here, right? Listen. No, right? Life is as simple as simply saying no sometimes. Life is as simple as saying no sometimes, right? These videos are the best times of my life, right? These videos have been the best time of my life. You know why? Because my mind is so clear right now, talking out everything into the universe. My mind is so clear right now. And anybody could call me crazy, but I am happy, dog. Right? I am actually in a happy place internally. You all could see how I am outwardly and say whatever you want about me. But I am so much at peace right now. It is unfucking believable. Right? It is unbelievable. As if my soul just elevated out of my body and I am just observing shit going on here. And at the same time participating in it, because that is what we all need to do, right? That is what we all need to do, right? But for my ex-date, who will soon become my date, right? Who was saying that he liked to see me happy and in love and light and thing, right? This life is not about love and light. This life is about facing the shadow side of yourself, the psychopathic side of yourself, right? This life is about facing the psychopath in you and what you are capable of doing, right? I know that I am capable of actually killing the police officers who raided my home, because it would be an act of self-defense, right? It would be an act of self-defense. And according to natural law, you are allowed to defend yourself. Right? So that is the psychopathic aspect to me, right? In moments of, it's not that I going to randomly pick up a gun and shoot somebody, right? No, right? I don't have such a bone in my body. I actually advocate for non-violence, right? I advocate for non-violence, but I'm telling you all, I'm showing you all what God requires you to do, right? In moments of these times of injustice, right? What is an actual requirement in your thinking capacity to do in these times of injustice, right? How you are required to think when you are presented with a situation of injustice. You are required to bring out the same psychopath that they engage in, the same psychopathy that they engage in, right? Against you on the dark side. On the light side, you are required and called to bring out the psychopathy in you, to defeat the psychopathy in them, right? A message to the 144000.